Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to your class this morning. Nice that you're all joining me. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jan, for doing all the techie stuff in the background. If you have any technical issues, please just let Jan know in the chat box and she'll help you out. There was a bit of a confusion with the Zoom link this morning, but I'm glad we're all online and sorted. All right, so let's start our practice. I'd like you just to start off in a comfortable seated position. And we're going to start off with a beautiful breath practice just to land us back into our hearts and to cultivate some generosity for ourselves during this time. Just bring your hands together in prayer in front of your heart. So this meditation has 3 parts to it. And we'll start by finding your inner balance. So I want you to slide your left hand from prayer upwards until your right hand is flush against your forearm and your fingers are touching your left wrist. And with your eyes closed, your focus drawn up to your third eye, right at the center of your forehead. Just turning your attention up into that central point. We're going to breathe long and slow for about a minute.
I really don't like yoga. Because I wanted to ask to go to the park with you.
Just starting to settle into your mat. Knowing your inner balance, you can focus on the symmetries in your body, your breathing, your mind. Inhale deeply to end this portion. Just hold your breath in gently. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to prayer. You're going to shift your thumbs to the space right around the bridge of your nose. Keeping your hands in prayer, but just gently pressing the sides of your hands together. So very gentle. Eyes are closed. And this is to know your inner projection. So what you are projecting at the moment. So as you focus with your eyes closed and breathe long and slow for this part of your meditation, focus on making the projection that comes from your being one of total confidence and trust. Trust in knowing that we are exactly where we are meant to be and that we are supported. And keep focusing your attention up at your third eye, right at the center of your forehead. Feel the stability of your seat. Just feel the gentle uprising in your breathing. Long, slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. And take a nice deep breath in here. Hold the breath in. And then very gently exhale. And bring your hands down to your heart. Press your left hand against the center of your heart space and your right hand against your left. And very gently bow your chin down towards your heart. And this is a meditation to know your inner strength. So breathing long and slowly, inviting and absorbing acceptance, total acceptance as your greatest strength today. Strength to get through this period of our lives that we find quite challenging. Keep your attention focused on your third eye, your breath long and slow. And then very gently slide your hands back and pray in front of your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, bow to yourself. Bowing to your balance, your projection, and your strength. From here, start to reach your hands all the way forward, coming into a seated forward fold. Really stretching through the arms, maybe coming up onto your fingertips. Stretching into the upper back. Good, and from here we're going to walk the hands all the way over to the right. So right hand is on the right side. We're going to start to open up the chest, coming into a bit of a side bend. Really reaching through the top arm, opening up into the left side of the body. Rotating your heart open. And then inhale, come back to center. Sweep the left hand down to the left side. Right arm reaches up and all the way overhead. Again, revolve that chest open. Roll the right shoulder back as you reach through the right fingertips. We're taking one more breath. And inhale, coming back to center. Just placing your hands onto your knees. Let's draw those shoulders up towards your ears. Roll them back and allow them to settle. Taking two more like that. Shoulder rolls forward, up, back and down. Last one. Forward, up towards the ears, back and down, opening up into your heart space. All right, we're going to roll onto our hands and knees and come into your tabletop position, facing the front of your mat. Spreading your fingers wide, press into the pads of your fingers. Just take a little bit of cat and cow to warm up the spine. So inhaling to drop your belly. Tailbone lifts, head lifts up towards the sky. And then exhale as you push the mat away from you, round into your spine. Inhale, belly drops. Heart draws forward. Exhale as you round. Start to tap into your Ujjayi breath. Breath that gives us life. The same breath that we all share. And just taking a few more rounds, moving with your breath. Moving as fast as your longest breath. And then we'll meet back in a neutral spine. Okay, so just taking your hands a little bit forward in front of your shoulders, tuck your toes under, and let's start to bring ourselves into our first downward facing dog. So just cycling the legs to stretch them out this morning. Just check in with yourself, notice how you're feeling on all levels. And keep tapping in throughout your class to that inner balance, that inner projection, that inner strength.
want you to come up all the way onto your tippy toes. Really reach your tailbone high. Stretch through the arms. Take a full breath in. And exhale, release your heels down, stretching into the back of the legs. Find length in the side of the body. Allow the head to hang freely between the arms. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Just engage your belly here, push the mat away from you. And exhale, push back down dog. And we're going to take 2 phases of pigeon pose. So right knee is going to come in to the front of your mat, setting it down for your first pigeon, extending the left leg back. But I want you to stay up so torso remains high. You can come up onto your fists. You can almost scissor your legs together. So you're lifting up. You're not just dropping into that right hip. I want you to find a nice tall spine. Reach through the side body. Shoulders down away from the ears. I'm starting to feel that stretch in the left hip flexor. Taking 2 more breaths here. Feel for lifting the back ribs as well as the front. One more breath. And we're going to come down onto your forearms. Palms face down. And now settle into the hips. Try and get those hips to be squared off to your mat. So you're not leaning too much on one side. If you feel that you are, you can always place a support under that right hip. And I want you to lift and lengthen your chest forward. Press the top of your back foot down into the mat. And just take some nice, deep, slow breaths into the stretch. Last full one. Beautiful. And bringing your hands back, you're going to tuck your back toes under and we're going to press back to plank pose. Again, just take a moment to engage the thighs, pull the belly in, look forward, broaden into your chest. And then we're going to exhale all the way down to the mat. You've always got the option to lower your knees, point your toes back, bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and extend the arms back. So keep pressing your feet into the mat as we inhale. We're going to lift just the chest. Extend the arms back. Engage your legs. And slowly release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push back up onto all fours. Take it back into a bit of a child's pose. Tuck your toes under and make your way back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Tailbone lifts. Exhale, lower those heels. Let's take it to the other side. So left knee draws forward towards your left wrist. Set your shin down and extend the left leg back. And again, maybe coming up, scissoring those inner thighs in towards each other. So it lifts the hips up a little. Stay on the fingertips or your fists and really reach up through the heart center. Two more breaths here. Just gently starting to open up spaces in the body. Nice. And then we're going to come gently down onto your forearms. Once again, palms facing down. So we're not dropping all the way down to the mat, but rather reaching your heart forward. So keep lifting through the chest. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Stretch through that back leg. Close your eyes here. Feel into the stretch. Take two more breaths.
Beautiful. Then walk your hands back and we're going to take it back into your plank pose.
Nice controlled movements. So just a moment here as you engage the thighs again. Draw the heels back. Hug the thighs into each other so you feel the inner thigh muscles turn on. And wake up. Take a full breath in. And exhale, lower all the way down. Point your toes back. Inhale, cobra. Hug your elbows into your side body. Lift your chest. Broaden your collarbones. Take one more breath here. And exhale, release. Push back onto all fours into your child's pose, tucking your toes under. And make your way back into your downward facing dog. Once again, inhale, rise up onto your toes. Arch your lower back so you're tilting your tailbone up. And then exhale, release the heels. One more breath. We're going to step the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Lower your back knee down. So just starting to settle here. I want you to drop your hips, but lift your heart. You can stay on your hands, or you can lower down on just the left forearm, or both. Okay, so see how the body feels this morning. Just starting to open up into those hip flexors. So you really want to draw those hips forward towards your mat. Keep drawing your chest forward, so don't drop the head or round into the back. Take one more breath. Good. Release, bringing yourself up onto your hands and mindfully stepping back into your plank pose. Engage your belly, take a full breath here. And exhale, chaturanga all the way down. Point your toes back, hands interlaced behind your back. This time coming up into a full locust, full breath in. And exhale, extending through the legs, through the arms, lifting your chest up. Take one more breath. And slowly release. Bring your hands under your shoulders, cobra pose. Keep those elbows tucked in as you lift your heart up. Engage through the legs. And release. Nice. Take it back into your child's pose. Tuck your toes under, reach through the arms, and then take it back down dog. Now, without lifting your heels, take your tailbone up. Stretch through the arms. Heels drawing down. Let's take your lizard pose to the other side. So left leg steps forward onto the outside of your left hand. Lower the back knee down. Again, you can either stay here on your hands or you can lower down onto your forearms. Heart forward. Soften into your face. Allow your breath to flow. I want you to feel that left hamstring and the front of the right hip starting to slowly unwind. Just becoming a bit more mobile. Last full breath. Beautiful. Hands down onto the mat. Mindfully step it back. Plank pose. Use your abs instead of dragging that left foot. Chaturanga all the way down. Again, always got the option to lower your knees first. Cobra, or rather locust, so interlacing your hands behind your back. Let's start by taking a full breath. And exhale to extend. Really reaching through the legs, reaching through the arms. Back of the neck is nice and long. And release. Hands under your shoulders. Push up cobra. Really starting to get the back nice and open. And exhale, release. Tuck your toes under, take a full breath in. And exhale to push back, downward facing dog. Slowly start to walk your feet forward, coming to the top of your mat in a forward fold. So feet are about hip distance apart. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back. Allow the head to hang so there's no tension in the neck. You're going to bend into your left knee, straighten into the right, and maybe take the arms back towards the left. So you're twisting to the right. And really keep that right leg nice and straight so you feel the stretch in the hamstring in the IT band. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Good, then coming back to center. Let's take it to the other side. So bending into your right knee. Twisting over to the left. Let the head hang. Good, stretch into that left leg. And release, coming back to center. Slide your hands all the way down the back of the legs. Beautiful. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart, or if it's more comfortable, you can keep your feet about hip distance as we come into our chair pose. So taking your seat back. Inhale, arms reach up. And then push all the way up to standing, Tadasana mountain pose. Take a full breath in. Exhale, forward fold, touch the earth. Inhale to find a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your aura as you come to stand. Palms touch above your head. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Really use this as a moving meditation. Inhale, find your flat back. And exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, draw your prayer to your heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Right leg is going to step back into a lunge. So taking it to the back of the mat, stay on the fingertips. Lift your heart, lower your hips. And then ground your hands down, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Draw your shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga all the way down. Point your toes back. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. And sigh it out. Right leg reaches back behind you, three-legged dog. I want you to roll the hip open and stretch it out. So bend into your top knee, drawing your heel back away from your body. And then extend the legs, square the hips off. We're going to step that right foot forward to the front of the mat, coming into your lunge. Lift your heart and gaze, and then step the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, fold in half. Take a full breath, halfway lift. Left leg steps back, lunge. So bending deeply into the front knee as you lift your heart. And then ground your hands down, step it back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, shoulders draw forward. Exhale, chaturanga. If you're ready for a full one, by all means take it. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Full inhale, full exhale. Left leg reaches back behind you, three-legged dog. Once again, roll those hips open, bend into the knee, stretch it out, and extend the legs, square the hips off. Slowly step it forward, coming into your lunge. We're going to step the right foot forward, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Just starting to feel the body become a little more open. More breath coming into the lungs, into all the little corners in the body. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Full breath, heart forward. Right leg steps back into your lunge. Ground your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches back behind you, three-legged dog. Reach up through the toes. Nice, and then bring that knee in towards your chest as you hover forward in plank. And we're going to step the right foot between the hands, coming into a high lunge. Arms reach all the way up. So just continue to breathe here as we make a few adjustments in our high lunge. So make sure you're not standing on a straight line to start. You've got a bit of distance between the width of your feet. And then I want you to bring your fingertips to your hip points. Notice where they are. Now start to bend the back knee slightly and lift your hip bones up. So the tailbone automatically drops down. Now bring your hand to your belly, draw it back. So the hip bones lift even more. And then keep this awareness with the pelvis and just straighten into the back leg. So you really feel that stretch in that left hip flexor. Now lunge a little deeper into that front knee and reach your arms all the way up. Full breath in. And exhale. Hands release down to the mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Take your variation. Inhale, upward facing dog. Or if you're still doing a low cobra, and we'll meet back in down dog. Head is heavy. Let it sway. Just release any tension that you may be holding unknowingly. Good. Left leg reaches up high. Bring your knee to your nose, hover forward. Let's step it forward to the top of the mat. Setting up for your high lunge on the other side. So before you bring your arms up, make sure you're not on that tight rope. And then arms reach up. Bring your hands to your hip points. Once again, bend into that back knee just slightly. Lift the hip points up so the tailbone drops. Belly. Bring your hands to your belly and draw it in. Now keep this awareness. Straighten into the back leg. So you feel that deep stretch into the front of the hip. Lunge a little deeper. And then sweep the arms all the way up. Stay grounded in your feet. Shoulders down away from your ears. Take a full breath. And exhale, release. Hands down to the mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. Come up onto your toes. Bend your knees, look up at your hands. You're going to walk, step, or hop it forward, coming into your forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Arms touch above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Take a deep breath, halfway lift. Left leg steps back into a lunge. Stay on the fingertips. Lower the hips, lift the heart. And then ground your hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up high, three-legged dog. Knee to your chest, hover forward. Round the back, create space so you can step the right foot forward without lifting your hands. As best as you can. Come up into your high lunge. Okay, so the same setup as before. Bend into the back knee. Hands to your hip points. Lift the hips, tailbone drops. Pull belly in. Straighten into the back leg. Now keep this awareness, bend into your front knee, and you're going to bring your hands behind your back. So you've got the option either to grab a hold of opposite elbows, or if you can bring your hands into a prayer pose at the back. Roll the shoulders back and start to lift the chest. For a little bit of a back bend here. One more breath. Beautiful. Release. Bring your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches back behind you, three-legged dog. Again, reach through those toes. Strong, firm top leg. Knee to your nose, hover. Create space and then step it forward, setting up for your high lunge on the other side. Okay, so find that awareness once again. Back knee bends. Hip points lift, tailbone drops. Straighten into the back leg. Lunge deep into the front knee. Now bring your hands behind you, either grabbing a hold of opposite elbows the uncomfortable way, or bringing yourself back into your reverse namaste. Roll the shoulders back. Lift through the heart. Finding that back bend. Let's take one breath here. Those legs should be on fire. Full breath in. And exhale. Arms reach up. Hands down to the mat. Step back. Down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Take a full breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Right leg reaches high. Open up the hips, stretch it out, bend into the top knee. Extend the leg, square it off. Bring your knee to your chest, hover forward. And let's step forward once again, coming into your high lunge. So this time, without bending your back knee, bring that same awareness to your pelvis. Hip points lift, tailbone drops. Deep lunge into the front knee. You're going to bend into your right arm. Use your left hand to draw the elbow back. And then swing the left arm back behind you to reach for your top, for your fingers, whatever's available. Keep pressing the back of your head onto your forearm. Keep that awareness in the legs, the pelvis. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Reach the arms up, full breath. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back, down dog. Left leg reaches up high, three-legged dog. Stretch it out. Keep your breath flowing in and out through the nose. Extend the leg, reach through the toes, square your hips off. Bring your knee to your chest, hover. And then step it forward, high lunge. Arms reach up. Again, find your awareness. Keep breathing. Bend into your left arm. Use that right hand to guide it back. And then sweep the right arm out to the side and back behind you. If you can, grab a hold of your hand, that's great. If you can't, that's absolutely fine. Whatever you are able to do this morning, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, arms reach up, those legs on fire. Exhale, hands down, step back, down dog.
Let's take a vinyasa flow. Your variation, your breath. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look up at your hands, walk, step, or hop it forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Close your eyes, ground into your feet. Inner balance, inner projection, inner strength. Tap into those three things. Inhale, arms reach up, full breath. Exhale, forward fold. Deep breath and halfway lift. Left leg steps back, lunge. Nice, and ground your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Warrior two. Right leg steps forward between your hands, ground your back foot down, and circle the arms open. So just settle into your pose. Settle into your breath for a moment. Just feel the shape of the whole body. Allow the actions and the sensations of the body to direct your attention inwards. You're going to bind your left arm behind your back towards your right thigh if you can reach it. Otherwise, just behind your back. We're going to take an extended side angle. So you can either bring your elbow onto your thigh, or you can bring your right hand down to the ground and roll that left shoulder back. Ground into your feet. Open up into your chest. Lunge deeply into the front knee. Hold it here, 3. Turn from your center, 2. And 1. Press into your feet. Straighten into the legs. And we're going to come straight into your Trikonasana triangle pose. Keep squeezing those thighs together. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Reach your top arm all the way overhead. Inhale. We're coming back into warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. And cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open up into your chest. And exhale, rise the hips up. Warrior 2, left leg steps forward. Ground your back foot down, sweep the arms open. Once again, find your posture, own your mat. Own this pose that you find yourself in. Find your warrior spirit, that inner strength. Keep your gaze focused, breath steady. You're going to bring your right hand behind you into your half bind, bringing it either onto your left thigh or towards the left hip. And we'll take your extended side angle. So again, either elbow onto the thigh or left hand down onto the ground. Lunge deeply into that left knee. Roll the right shoulder open. Take one more breath here. Good, then release your half bind, straighten into your front leg and reach your right arm high, Trikonasana triangle pose. Find length in the left side of the body. Good, take one more breath here. And we're going to come back into your warrior two. So bending into your front knee, rise your arms up. Reverse your warrior. And then cartwheel your hands down to the ground and step it back into your downward facing dog. Okay, once again, let's take our flow. I want you to really move through this flow mindfully. Your variation. See how your body's feeling today. Maybe it doesn't feel like an up dog and it just wants a cobra. Okay, so tap into the wisdom of your body and move in a way that makes it feel good rather than pushing. We'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and exhale it out. One more. Right leg reaches up high, three-legged dog. Stretch it out. Bend into your top knee. And extend the legs, square the hips off. Warrior two, step it forward. Inhale the arms. Okay. Let's take your half bind once again. So left hand comes behind your back to your right thigh. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, extended side angle, either elbow or hand. Find your variation for your energy levels today. Good. One more breath here. And slide your arm out from behind you. Reach it up towards the sky. We're going to move into a half moon balance. So bringing that right hand out in front of you, shift your weight forward and start to extend that left leg. You might need to take a step or two. Find your inner balance. Left arm reaches up high. Flex into the left toes. They're drawing towards your shins. For those that are feeling strong today, you can take a Chapasana. So bending into your top leg. Reach back to grab. See if you can grab a hold of the inner arch of your foot. And find a bit of a back bend here. If this is too much, stay in your half moon. Stay with your breath. Holding it here. One more. Good. For those in Chapasana, extend your left leg. Bring your left hand down to the floor. Rotate your hips to face the mat. And let's step it back into your lunge. Inhale, arms reach up high. Hook your thumbs. Find that alignment in the pelvis. Take a full breath in. Reach your arms back. And exhale, release. Step it back. Down dog. Beautiful. So let's just take 3 Brahmari breaths here. Just to settle, find ourselves. Buzzing bee breaths. Inhale deeply. And buzz it out. Full breath. Last one. Connect to your Ujjayi. Nice. Inhale, left leg reaches back behind you. 3-legged dog. Stretch it out. Extend the legs. Square the hips off. Let's step it forward, warrior two. Circle the arms open. Find your half bind. So right arm reaches back behind you towards your left thigh. We're going to reverse your warrior. And then start to find your extended side angle variation. So bending deeply into the front knee.
lifting from your core, opening up into the chest, broaden into the collarbones. Take one more breath. Good, then release your bind, right arm reaching up. If you prefer to bring it onto your hip for a bit more stability as we move into your half moon balance, you can do that. Take your gaze down to your front foot. You're going to step your left foot, or step your left hand rather, in front of your left foot. You might need to take a step or two or slide your foot forward as you shift your weight onto your left foot. And then start to extend into your half moon balance. Keep your gaze steady. Find your drishti. If you took Chopasana, bend into your right knee. See if you can grab a hold of the inner arch. It just gives your chest and your front shoulder a bit more stretch. Press your foot into your hand. Hold one more breath. And slowly release half moon. Take your hands to the floor. Square your hips off and step it back, lunge. Good. High lunge. Inhale the arms up high. Once again, hook your thumbs. Tailbone down, hip points lift. Lunge deeply into the front knee and draw those hands back. Take a full breath. And exhale, release your hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Just listening to your body. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in. Sighing it out. One more full inhale through the nose. Fill up your lungs. And let it out through your mouth. Beautiful. High lunge. Right leg steps forward. Inhale the arms up high. We're going to take a twist to the right. So we're opening the arms out to the sides. Lunge deeply into that front knee. Keep finding that awareness in the pelvis. Tailbone drops. Hip points lift. Extend through that back leg. And we're going to swing the right hand down and back up. Good. Straighten into your front leg. And then slowly start to fold forward. With a nice long spine, bringing your hands down to the ground. Coming into a wide pyramid. You're going to bend into your back knee and just shift your back foot a little closer so that your back heel is grounded. Take a full breath in, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose, scissoring your thighs in towards each other. Last full breath. Nice. All right, so before we move to our next step, I want you to make sure that you are not standing on a tight rope. Make sure that your feet are width apart, there's space, so that you don't lose your balance. From here, you're going to bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot and bring your right hand to your right hip. And then slowly start to twist towards the right as you open that right shoulder open. Once you've got your balance, right arm reaches up high. Shoulders are stacking. Feet are grounded. Take one more breath. And exhale. Release your hands down. Step it forward, forward fold. Nice. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hands down by your side. Sweep your aura as you take your arms up. Full breath. And exhale, fold in half, coming all the way down to the ground. Allow your head to hang. Let the knees be soft. Let your chest rest on your thighs. Just take a few breaths here. Just letting go. One more deep inhale and exhale. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Ground your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. All right, left leg steps forward, high lunge. Inhale, the arms up high. Find the awareness. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, we're taking our twist to the left. Opening the arms out. Hold it here, one more breath. And then swing that left arm down and back up. Straighten into your front leg. And we're going to start to hinge forward at the hips, reaching forward with the arms, long spine, until you bring your hands all the way down to the ground, coming into a wide pyramid. Nice. And then just shorten your pyramid here, so bringing the back leg a little closer. Heels on the ground, toes facing forward. Take a full breath in. And exhale, fold. Feel for drawing that left hip back, right hip forward. Take one more breath here. Good. And we're going to start to set up for your revolve triangle. So make sure you got space between your feet. Right hand to the outside of your left foot. Left hand to your hip. And start to twist the chest open to the left. Ground into your feet. And then extend the left arm up. Keep your breath flowing. One more. Beautiful. And release, step it forward, coming into your forward fold. Take a full breath in. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hands down by your sides. Inhale to reach. And exhale to fold. Take a full breath in, halfway lift. Let's step back into your downward facing dog. Deepen into your breath. All right, come up onto your toes, bend your knees. I want you to try and hop to seated, okay, as best as you can. And then extending your legs all the way out in front of you. So take your hands to the sides of your hips, lengthen up through the spine. Take a full breath in. Engage the legs, lift the heels off, toes drawing up. Exhale, shoulders down away from the ears. Beautiful. All right. So bring your hands behind you so that your fingers are facing your hips. You're going to bend into your knees, toes facing forward. And we're going to come into your reverse table. So we've really opened up into the shoulders. We've opened up into the chest. We've opened up into the hip flexors. So taking a deep inhale. Exhale, press into your heels as you start to lift your hips up towards the sky. Holding it here for 3. Keep lifting 2. Last 1. And release. Nice. Straighten into your legs. Okay, keep your hands where they are. So fingers are pointing towards your hips. I want you to point into your toes. So your aim here is to try and get those big toes down onto the ground. We're going to do the same thing, lifting the hips up, but with legs straight. So full breath in. And then exhale, press into your heels, lift your hips, draw those big toes down towards the mat. Hold for 3. If it feels good to let the head hang back, you can do that. 2. Or draw it into your chest. And 1. Slowly release. Well done. All right. So bend into your knees, shift your hips forward. Extend your arms out in front of you. And we're going to start to slowly roll down all the way, one vertebra at a time, until your back is flat on the mat. Nice. Okay, so just bringing your knees in towards your chest. Hug it in, rock from side to side. And before we completely cool down, we've prepped our body enough to come into a back bend of your choice. So you can either come into your bridge pose, bringing your feet hip distance apart, close towards your sit bones, and lifting your hips up into your bridge. Or if you're feeling for a wheel today, you can take a full wheel pose. All right, so find a variation that is going to work for you today. If you're taking your full wheel, you're going to bring your hands alongside your ears with your fingers facing your shoulders. Elbows are pointing up. So whether you're in bridge or wheel, find your posture and start to work through it. If you're in wheel, we're going to start to press all the way up, drawing your chest forward. Allow the head to hang. See if you can take 3 to 5 breaths here. If you're in bridge, same thing, 3 to 5 deep breaths. And then when you lower, remember to tuck your chin in to your chest. Come onto the back of your head and then slowly lower your spine down. Same with bridge, just lowering one vertebra at a time. Just allow the knees to touch, rest your hands lovingly on your belly. Close your eyes. All right, then extend the arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Let's just take a little twist before we settle into our final resting pose. A deep inhale. As you exhale, let the knees fall all the way over to the right. If you want to deepen into your twist, you can place your right foot on top of your left thigh. So the foot that's right in front, you'll place that one on your back thigh. Settle into your shoulders, relax your facial muscles. All right, then release that right foot down. Slowly bring your knees back up to center. And then take them over to the opposite side. Left foot on top of your right if you did that on the other side. Soften into your heart space. Take your last full breath here. Good. Slowly release the left foot. Bring your knees back up. Hug them in towards your chest. Let's just take a happy baby. So soles of the feet up towards the sky. Grab the outside of the feet or your ankles or shins, whatever's available. Maybe rocking from side to side, just releasing the hips, releasing the lower back. Good. Then bring the soles of the feet together, interlace your fingers around the top of the feet, bringing your feet in towards your body. Take a full breath in here. And sigh it out. Release your feet, hug your knees in. And then slowly start to set yourself up for your final resting pose. Extending one leg at a time. Take your feet out nice and wide. Spread your body on the earth. Take up space.
Allow your body to be really heavy, letting go of any heaviness. Just connecting to that inner balance, that inner strength. Into your inner projection. Slowly begin to journey back to your body, back to consciousness, beginning to deepen into your breath. Invite some movement to your fingers, to your toes. And when you're ready, gently start to stretch your arms overhead and give yourself a nice big full body stretch. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. And then hug your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a squeeze. Roll over onto your left hand side, using your arm as a support for your head. And for today, choose to believe. Choose to stay close to the good, great people in your life. Choose to care for yourself. Listen to your soul's cry for health and prioritize your nourishment so you can nurture the others you love to your heart's content. This is how you sustain yourself as a human. And if you're feeling as though the earth beneath you might be shifting, that's because it is. Just remember that you're a part of her sublime transformation and having a hand in her evolution. So share your presence thoughtfully. When you're ready, gently bring yourself to seated, facing the front with your eyes closed. Let's bring our hands together in prayer in front of our hearts, acknowledging our inner presence, our inner strength, and our inner projection as we move through life today. Take a deep inhale and sigh it out. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. Until we meet on the mat again, the love, light, and understanding in me bow and honors to the love, light, and willingness in each of you. Namaste.